Sorry, I forgot to start the recording. Yeah, so we already have a lot of astrology consultation platforms out here, but according to the data, the online penetration of these services is still very low. I mean, on one hand, we are a nation of 1.4 billion people, arguably 90% of whom believe in astrology. And that's like 1.2 billion people. And by the way, 70% of Americans also believe in astrology, right? Uh, but on the other hand, you see the 50% of this 1.2 billion population already have internet access, right? So now we are talking about 600 million people. But if you look at the other side, I did some digging around, and the Google searches that you get for online astrology related keywords, that's about 1.2 million per month. Okay, while as an absolute number, that's still significant, but then that's 0.2% of the overall potential that we're talking about, right? So there is a lot of work to be done here. And the second part of this question is about why astrology. So look, whether you believe in astrology or not, when the going gets tough, people look for help and guidance from every possible source. Whether it is career, relationships, health, finance, loved ones. As much as we believe otherwise, we all know how little control we actually have over our lives, right? So like Mike Tyson said that, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. So under these circumstances, any sliver of hope worked wonders in uplifting your morale when you need it the most. And astrology gives people a way to be optimistic about future and to turn that corner based on the guidance and remedies prescribed by the astrologer, right? So Jotish is just an honest attempt at that. And which brings me to our speaker for tonight. Please welcome Mr. Sahil Singh Rathore. Sahil has been an internationally renowned and well-decorated astrologer for about 9 years now. And after graduating from IIT Kharagpur, he realized very soon that his true calling lies in astrology. And then there was no turning back. So welcome, Sahil. And Sahil has led astrology workshops and seminars in several countries, practically on every continent. And his research delves into the scientific dimensions of spirituality in general and astrology in particular. And that's what makes him very sought after speaker. So welcome, Sahil. The floor is all yours.
Also, can you make me co-host so that I can share a PPT also if needed?
Okay, sure.
Okay. So first of all, can I know like the audience which we have, or maybe audience can themselves tell that, do you know the basics of astrology or you don't know anything? कितने लोग हैं जो बिल्कुल नहीं जानते astrology? कितने लोग हैं those who know basics, so that I can build my thing on that?
Raise your hands here using the
Yeah.
Zoom.
So those who know basics maybe can write basics or B or yes. Okay, Suraj is saying basic, Udit is saying basic. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, basics, few people knows basic. And in fact, that makes sense because you are here for an astrology seminar. So you must have some kind of interest. So I heard something, that's why you. Okay. So let us start with chanting Om 3 times. And then I'll tell a little bit about Om also. What is the significance of? Okay. Let us close our eyes. Take a normal breath in. And breathe out. Breathe in for Om. 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 Slowly and gradually you can open your eyes. धीरे से आंखें खोल सकते हैं. Yes. So, the Om is considered as a sound of our origin. And it is made up of 3 levels, A, U, and Ma. कितने लोगों को हिंदी चाहिए? They can also write it in the chat box so that I can give more Hindi also and English also and mix also. Okay. तो A, U और Ma जो frequency है. So if you will try to observe it, you chant just A also अकेले, फिर U chant करना, फिर Ma chant करना. तो you will observe that A का जो vibration होता है ना, तो आपके waist के नीचे वाले area पे ज्यादा होता है. That is called procreation area, which is associated with Brahma Shakti. In Hindu literature, it is said that there are 3 kinds of energy: creation energy, maintenance energy, and transformation energy. इससे बोला गया ब्रह्मा शक्ति. Brahma is the creator of everything. Vishnu Shakti, Vishnu is associated with maintenance, managing everything, and Shiva Shakti. Shiva Shakti is called as transformational energy. Okay, when you chant Ah, so it is connected with your Brahma Shakti. When you chant U, so you will feel the vibration in your heart region, which is your main organ for maintenance. So it is called Vishnu Shakti. And when you chant, so you will feel the vibration in your skull and head region. So that is connected with Shiva Shakti and transformation energy. And most of you must be working in corporate, right? So if you know how much creative energy one person has, how much maintenance energy one person has, and how much transformation energy one person has, then you can actually utilize it. Which field a person is working, right? Earlier, I was working as a project manager. So using astrology, I could actually find the exact amount of creative energy, Brahma Shakti, Vishnu Shakti, and Shiva Shakti. Like somebody who is very good in Brahma Shakti, so you can put it in a creative job. Then if somebody is good in Vishnu Shakti, so you can put it in something which has to do more with maintenance. And Shiva Shakti is connected with transformation. So that is something which maybe I can, if time permits, I will demonstrate you. If anybody like to volunteer, I can tell exact how much is your Brahma Shakti, like out of 100%, 40% is your creative energy, 20% is your maintenance energy. That means you will be able to start something, but not able to maintain it. Maybe we can take the demo with Amit Nigamji. Maybe I can tell you how much is your creative energy and how much you will be able to maintain this Jotish. So let me just see. It will make the session interesting. So Amit Nigamji, I have taken your details, but I didn't got the time to put it actually. But good, we can do it now. So it was something 6th of November, right? I hope you don't mind. I am taking your details in front of everyone. Yeah, 6th November.
Yeah, don't talk about the year.
Okay, I'll take. You have sent me in the chat. Let me take from there.
No,
Anybody else also want to test it? You can send it here. Maybe if time permits, we can take it later on.
right.
Okay. Amit Nigamji, yeah, I got it. और किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन भी आ रहा है? Any question. Just put it in the chat box. I'll find out.
Yeah.
This is just a small example क्योंकि हमने ओम चैंट किया था तो उससे कनेक्ट किया. But there are hundreds of things which you can use for doing something good. Whatever you are doing, you can apply and do that thing better. Okay, we have already 7 messages in the chat. That is.
Yeah. Maybe this can keep coming. Time permitting, perhaps we can do it at the end.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it is getting loaded.
Right.
Now let's go to the most scientific part of it, which is like which everybody believes in. Like people want to know how astrology works, how we want to make best use of astrology, right? So everybody knows that we have 5 elements in this universe. Okay, can anybody write? Or maybe you can unmute and speak also. What are the main 5 elements?
Participants are not allowed to unmute.
Yeah, you can maybe write. Or maybe if, yeah,
Yeah.
you can parallelly write and I'll continue
Yeah.
to speak also.
Yeah.
So it is earth,
Water,
water,
sky, ether,
and fire.
fire. Yeah.
Okay. So our body is made up of these 5 elements, and all the planets are also ruling this 5 element. For example, sun. Very logical example. So sun is ruling which element? Fire element,
Yeah.
right? Moon. Moon is ruling which element? You can write it in the chat. Very simple. This high tide, low tide. It
What?
happens with moon's movement, right? Okay. So sun is ruling the fire element. Moon is ruling the water element. Similarly, we have Mercury, which is ruling the earth element. Okay. Jupiter is ruling the sky element. Then we have Shani and Rahu, which is ruling the air element, which causes most of the issue many of the people's life. Okay, so similarly, all the elements are ruling certain, all the planets are ruling certain elements, and our body is made up of 5 elements. So, can you imagine the movement of those planets will definitely have an impact on our life? And that is what is astrology. It's just a study of the movement of that planets, what impact it is creating on our life. So let me start by sharing a presentation, जिसमें कि you will get to at least understand what is the basic planets, rashis, and bhavas, what is a basic janam kundi. Okay. And in the meanwhile, if anybody is having any question, you can put it in the chat. Okay, so this is a very famous quote by J.P. Morgan, who is the founder of Morgan Stanley. So he has said once, millionaires don't believe in astrology, but billionaires. So, if you will see all Tata Birla, Dhirubhai Ambani, so, they all have personal astrologer, in fact, a team of astrologers. And all their things are inaugurated basis of the Muhurta. कौन सा मुहूर्त सही है कौन सा नहीं है and that is very powerful. Like for example, you take a seed, आपको एक पेड़ उगाना है. If you put it in the autumn season, it will not give fruits, right? It will not grow. But if you put it in a correct timing in the spring season in a particular area, then it will give fruits. Similarly, all the events in our life, if we do as per the astrology in a particular time, so it can give better results. Okay, so that is a very powerful logic behind astrology. So these are the 9 main planets in astrology, in which in Sanskrit it is called as graha, grahas. Okay. So why the term graha? Graha means to consume. Grahan. Grahana aap logon ne suna hoga. Okay. So graha means to consume. So these graha are basically there to consume your karmas and make you free. That is their role. So जैसा कि बोला जाता है हिंदू शास्त्र में कि we are carrying a lot of karmas from our past birth as a prarabdha karma and sanchit karmas, and from an astrologer can decode, like जो सॉफ्टवेयर प्रोग्रामर और डेवलपर होते हैं वो कोड देख के डिकोड कर लेते हैं. अच्छा, इसका लॉजिक ये कैसा होगा, इसमें क्या बग होगा, क्या इशू हो सकता है. Similarly, what an astrologer do, it can decode from your birth chart. Okay, you are good in mathematics, you may not be good in science, you are good in arts, you may not be good in certain things. Okay. So that is how, which really helps. For example, I am an astrologer. If somebody will tell me, you fly a plane, you become a pilot, I won't be able to do it. Okay. And if somebody will judge me, oh, he is not able to fly a plane, then he will think, oh, he's not successful. Similarly, each of you, every individual has certain strength and weakness. So if you tell him, astrology really helps big time to find what is the strength the individuals is possessing and how you can utilize it. If you work and put effort in the direction of your strength, you will definitely get success. And if you don't, if you put effort, like if I spend my life thinking, oh, I have to fly, I have to become a pilot, I have to fly an aeroplane. So I will be, my life will become miserable. So this is what is a very, very powerful application of astrology and all these 9 planets. So in this slide, you can see every planet has a personality. Okay, so I don't know how much time we have. So sun is having a personality of a king. So Raja ki kya kya quality hoti hai? Luxury, little bit of royalty, dominance, little bit of ego also. Okay. So in your birth chart, where the sun is placed, it will give you that kind of personality. And how much is the strength of your sun, which tell about your leadership qualities and even the fire element inside your body. So ऐसे करके you can look into all the 9 planets, how much strong they are or weak they are. And based on that, you can tell remedy also. तो अभी बहुत सारे लोगों को डर लगता है कि ये मेरे कुंडली में खराबी है तो क्या. So there are remedies, very beautiful remedies also mentioned in the scriptures, and I really believe in that remedy, which makes lot of sense. ऐसा नहीं कि कुछ आप कर रहे हो लोग बोले कि ये क्या कर रहा है, and you yourself will also feel weird. Okay, so I'll show you in fact some of the remedies. Let me just go to the remedies part. So in astrology कुंडली, a second house, कुंडली में दूसरा भाव होता है, that is connected with your mouth and taste. So and also with your speech. So mouth से हम खाना भी खाते हैं और बोलते भी हैं. So if you will notice, all the great people, all the greats and all the great leaders, CEO, executives, they are very particular about what they speak because it matters also a lot. And they are very particular about their food also. You know, when I was child, I used to see कि अच्छा ठीक है लोग बड़े हो गए, इनके बड़े नखरे, ये नहीं खाना, वो नहीं खाना. But slowly and gradually I realized that no, it has a lot of significance what you are eating and what you are speaking. Okay, so that is seen by the second house. So these are the tastes which are connected with different planets. So if you have a particular weak planet, suppose your Shani, Saturn is weak and it is not giving you good results, you can eat astringent food like Loki. And if your Jupiter is weak, so you can eat more of sweet food like generally all the Pandits, Pujaris, they have a very strong Jupiter. So you will see they are very fond of sweet food. They eat a lot of sweet. Okay. So yeah. So now let me show you some very good remedies. So you know, through Ayurveda also. So these are like, as I told, I am telling you some very, very sensible and scientific things. How astrology helps. So in your birth chart, if a particular planet is weak, so that means that particular element or vitamins or whatever enzyme is connected with that planet may not be that strong in your kundi. That is like how you predict a chart, predict a kundi. Okay. And by eating that planet, like somebody is having less of vitamin B12. So you can take supplements. Most of the people nowadays are having less of vitamin B12. If you have lack of vitamin D, so you can go in the sunshine. Similarly, if you have different planets, which as an astrologer, I can find out, this planet is strong, this planet is little weak. Suppose somebody has a weak Jupiter, Guru Graha. So they can have more haldi, saffron, and ashwagandha in their diet. So it will suddenly start giving them very good. They will start feeling really good and their health will improve. Similarly, for all the planets, there are certain remedies through Ayurveda. Okay, then one more very interesting thing. There are particular yogasanas connected to all the navgrahas. Like for sun, there is the Surya Namaskar, which I'm pretty sure everybody must have heard of. then giving Arg to Surya. This is also a very, very powerful remedy to Surya. There is a whole science behind it. If you maybe go to my channel, search my name, you will find that video. I put a whole video on Surya Arga benefit. Then we have Chandra. So full moon meditation is very good for Chandra. And Nadi Shodhan Pranayam, which is there. And we have Mangal. There is a set of asanas called Padma Sadhana. Okay, then this butterfly asana. So like that for all the planets, like Shani we have. For Shani we have Nadi Shodhan Pranayam, Shes Asana. So for all the planets we can find out if which planet is weak in particular horoscope and how to improve it. Okay. So let me take some questions. Uske baad we will see how the word chart look like. I have created a chart. If a child is born just now, 9 p.m. So what what will be the strength and weakness? Okay, so let us take some questions.
Yeah, folks, please feel free to put your questions in the chat. Maybe we can take a pause for a couple of minutes, and then go from there. So I have one, maybe we can just start. So astrology, spirituality, religious beliefs, etc., are still some topics that normally people prefer to keep private, right? Somewhere there's this mistrust of astrologers, and the perception of it being a pseudoscience, etc., plays a role. What do you say about that? How do we kind of overcome that?
So, it is very similar to mathematics. So if you have very complex equation, if you want to build up a rocket or something very complex, and if you miss certain factors, certain variables, then what happens? You may not get the correct answer. So similarly, in astrology, it works on a rule of 12, 9, 12. So we have 12 houses, we have 9 planets and 12 rashis. So you have to very meticulously study these things, and which requires years of practice, I would say. Like I have also started after like 3-4 years, I have being into like fully. Okay. So it requires a lot of practice. And yeah, so that is what I won't give the blame to some of the astrologers because they don't know it. They are not aware about the particular factors or variable you have to put in the equation. So that is why it is always good that you go to an astrologer which has good reviews, I would say. Like other people have taken their consultation and they have told, okay, this guy has told very accurately. So then you will have a good belief that, okay, already so many people has taken the consultation. Or one other idea is you go through their videos or whatever the blogs or communication they are doing. And if you think like if it makes sense to you, because this is also a very interesting thing. You have to develop a personal, like you cannot be connected with everybody. So
Sure.
if you find somebody who you feel very well connected, then it is a big blessing, I tell you. If you find a good astrologer in your life becomes your life can become literally very.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. So, so just a little secret here. All the astrologers whom we have onboarded on Jotish platform are only through referrals and, through a close group of advisors and the personal experiences with them. Normally, I was told that when you try out a new platform, you consult with some 4 or 5 astrologers before you lock down on 1 or 2, where you have that vibe and you have that trust factor going. So we kind of took the shortcut there, and whoever were the trusted ones, we kind of onboarded them. But that aside, I think we have a couple of questions. Mr. Ganesh is asking if it is like maths, then it can be automated and AI can do the job of an astrologer. Where is the human element here?
So maths is only the 20%. 80% part is, again, it works on a lot of other factors. One of the factors is intuition also. Lot of things you have to understand intuitively. And one more thing is your emotional quotient, EQ also. So I'm not sure, Abhi, till now AI has been able to develop EQ. IQ, yeah, IQ is needed, but that is not all. there are especially EQ and what you will say, intuitive abilities. So these two are very important factors, and the most important factor is every individual is different. Okay. So every individual has a very different birth chart. That is why the predictions and analysis of every individual's birth chart is also very different. Okay, some part you can see from the mathematics, but the other logic you have to apply. Like many a times, you knowing the same concept, you come up to you come up to a new logic. So that is something which you cannot feed data of like 1.76 billion people on the AI and give the prediction. So that is something you need to customize. So that
Sahil,
is
just want to add one other point. Recently, I kind of bumped into someone, close friend of mine. I did not know, like I said, people don't openly talk about their belief in astrology and stuff like that. So once I announced that, we are launching this portal, they reached out to me. And then I realized that, earlier they were like regular party goers and, happy-go-lucky people. And they've started practicing Reiki and some bit of, palmistry. Uh, and they've kind of completely changed. And I asked, like, what's going on with you, right? So they said, this is like part of their sadhana, that you have to be sort of having that kind of clarity and purity of mind to be able to develop this intuition, which is what you also spoke about. This is a very important element of that. And
So maybe I'll just give
yeah,
you one very nice example.
yeah.
So in Bangalore, the airport is almost like 50 kilometers from city. Okay. So if you go to airport in the office timing like 9, 10, 11 p.m., AM or even 5, 6, 7 p.m. So it takes like minimum 1 hour, right? Amit ji?
Yes, more than
One
that.
to 2 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah, 1 to 2 hours, 2 hours, I would say.
yeah.
But if you go in the midnight when there is no traffic, then you can reach in 30 hours, 30 minutes, 40 minutes also, right? That is how, like, as an astrologer, your mind, your focus and concentration should be so hollow and empty, I would say, so that you can download that intuitive information. There is like a lot of information available on the environment that you can download and present it. And answering to the question related to AI, so nowadays you can get certain generic answers from AI which works also. For example, if you want to know about Mesh Rashi, okay, so how is the personality of Mesh Rashi people? So they will be telling 10, 15 points. So maybe 2, 3 points will be very similar and correct also. So yes, AI will definitely help, but you need a proofreading also. For that, you need a astrologer. So that is the answer. Yeah.
There was also a little follow-up question on that, about this Nadi Jyotisham. Uh, and if it is all preordained, then can people change their charts by their actions? That's the follow-up question to that.
Yes, that is like very true. Life is a combination of free will and destiny. But yeah, to be frank, what I have been practicing and experiencing from a lot of time is the free will element is little less, but it is very powerful. For example, your height. Okay. It is fixed. Once like you reach your 18, 20, 21, 25, you will say that I want to become 3 inch more taller or 3 inch more shorter. Is it possible? No, it is fixed, right? But your stomach, your weight, so if it has increased, so you definitely go to the gym and you can reduce it also. And if somebody want to increase it, so they can increase it also by proper diet or maybe overeating or whatever. Okay, so there is a portion which is fixed and portion which is destined. And astrology, like for example, in Bangalore, there was rains 2 days before. Okay, it was like a lot of weather forecast was going on. So if somebody has by chance heard that weather forecast, so what he will do, he will carry an umbrella and he will not get drenched. But if somebody has not heard that forecast, what will happen to him? He will get that. So that is how astrology can tell. Okay, so in these upcoming times, you may get these kind of thunderstorms in your life, or maybe these kind of rosy things in your life. Okay. So you can be well prepared for that and plan things accordingly. So that is the biggest application, I would say.
Beautiful
Yeah.
example, Sahil. And I think, Mr. Bhuvnesh, your follow-up question perhaps was answered. If not, then maybe you can add a line or two there. Great. Suraj Shetty had this question about does this help in children's development?
Yeah, definitely. Like as I told, no, like अगर कोई मेरे को बोले कि you have to drive a plane, you have to become a pilot, fly a plane. So I cannot. So that is why like Sachin Tendulkar को बोलते कि you become an engineer, you study, you don't play cricket. क्या होता? So that is what like from the planets, like if somebody is having a very strong Mars, जैसे Sachin Tendulkar हो गया, विराट कोहली हो गया, Cristiano Ronaldo, you can see, or Roger Federer, you can see, they have a exalted Mars, all of them. So they are born to become a sports person. Similarly, आजकल especially nowadays, parents are so much into like पढ़ो बैठ के पढ़ो, you have to study, you have to get good marks. But here astrology can help you out. No, this person is not going to get good marks because that is not his work stream. He will do good in the art industry. He will go and do good in the sports industry. He will do good in the entertainment industry. There are hundreds of things which a person can do.
Sure.
So that is where like you can plan out for your children that okay, he is more inclined towards artistic pursuits, so I should give him that, or he is more into sports, so I should put it in some good sports academy and put the education little sidelines. That is where it helps a big time.
Okay. Thanks, Sahil. Meanwhile, people can keep putting their questions here. We'll take them one by one. But I have a sensitive question to ask. I mean, which is there in pretty much everybody's mind. But I'll take the liberty to be the spokesperson. So how do you know if an astrologer is taking you for a ride?
So everybody, like I told, no, everybody is made of that 5 element, which is called Bhagwan. जैसे आपने संस्कृत में वर्ड सुना है ना, भगवान हिंदी में. So Bha is Bhumi, Ag is Agni, Va is Vayu, and N for Neel is the air, water element. Okay. So if you consult an astrologer and if he is taking you for a ride, so if you have a little bit of intuition, you will get to know, like you will say that, okay, this thing doesn't make much sense. Okay, it doesn't make much sense. Okay. And still like, okay, you won't be able to find out, okay, it is not making sense or this and like. So you ask them, okay, next 3 months, I have this plan. Or maybe you can tell some other plan also. So take it advice. If it works, it is good. If it doesn't work, then you go move to another astrologer. Very simple. So basically, see, if you take an advice, if it works, it's good. And if it doesn't work, it's not good. But you can actually feel it. Every body has an intelligence. That is what I am saying, which AI cannot have. Every human being has that intelligence element inside them, which can sense, okay, this like nowadays, like many of my, like I tell you, most of the MDs and CEO of MNCs whose package is in India is more than 1 crore, they come to consult me. And they tell me that we have taken an appointment from AstroTalk, AstroSage, and they are just focusing on increasing their bill and their amount and taking so much of time. So that can give you certain idea. Okay. So he is interested in more money rather than giving right advice. And you will see that in the long term, those who are genuinely want to help people, they only will reach the, like, to be frank, I started at a very small scale. In 2019, I gave my first seminar to Nepal. And after that, I have traveled more than 10 countries, including the US and Europe, and delivering astrology seminar and sessions. So one of the main reasons what I'll say that I did it purely for the service of people. So maybe if my intention would have been to earn money or something, so maybe it might not have. So at the long term, if you want to sustain, you have to be ethical and.
Got it. A couple of questions coming in. At what age can we start consulting for children?
So, as per Hindu mythology, at the time of the birth itself, you get a patrika of the children. And it really makes sense because, there are certain yoga in astrology. One is Baladrishti yoga. So, if somebody is having moon in the 8th house, especially, so the children fall sick very early, especially at the age of 1, 2, 3. They fall sick a lot. Okay, so if you consult an astrologer at the time of the birth itself, he can guide you. Okay, this person has this Baladrishti yoga or the Kapha yoga if somebody is having. So you do not expose them much to cold. They catches cold very early. If somebody has the Agni element higher, then they are not much vulnerable to heat. Keep them in cold places. So that is how, like, it kind of tells about your personality. Like, you have a body report, like, right, which vitamins, minerals, iron, protein, what is good, what is functioning good in you. Similarly, in astrology also, you can get a same report which tells, okay, which is the strong part in you and which is the weak part in you. And by taking the precaution, you can have a better life, definitely. And I tell you, recently there is one government hospital in Jaipur, SMS hospital. They have an astrology department in their hospital.
Wow.
Can you believe? So everybody who is going to a doctor may first goes to an astrologer, and they tells, okay, this is naturally weak and this is naturally strong. So that is how it is. So it helps the doctor also. So you can Google it also. Astrology hospital in Jaipur.
Got it. So a couple of quick questions here. Very interesting. I find this particular question. Astrologers' dasha and transit might also affect the predictions and remedies that they prescribe.
Yeah, so it really depends on the astrologer's quality. When you are too much into sadhana, into meditation, so you transcend the planetary effect when you are meditating, when you are chanting, doing some chanting. Okay. And in fact, a common man also can reach that level. But as an astrologer, it requires, like, astrologer, when I was taught astrology in Vedic Dance Sanstha, it's a famous institute in Bangalore. So I was done this Upanayanam. I was told to do Gayatri Japa. It is called initiation. Gayatri Japa initiation, Upanayanam, which is called as per Hindu. It is one of the Sola Sanskara. When you practice all those things, so you reach a certain state of mind, certain level. So then the effect of planetary things reduces. And that is how the remedies are also associated. Some of the remedies are also associated with mantra chanting and yoga asanas and meditation. So that is how in your life also that planetary effect reduces. Okay. So yeah, it varies as per the astrologer and his state of consciousness, how elevated it is.
Makes sense. Anand asks, does it still work for people who have zero belief in astrology? Like, does having a belief make it more impactful? For example, like I gift something to someone basis astrologer's advice, but the other person has no interest in it. Will it still work?
See, you have sun. Okay. So you put a curtain in your home and you say that sun is not there. So it is not possible. No. Till the time the planets are there, their forces are there, you cannot defy law of gravity. There are electromagnetic waves coming from all the planets, all the stars. Okay, so if you put a curtain, it won't happen like, oh, these waves are gone. Okay, so the energy is available in the space. And you will be exposed to it. It will have an impact for you. So, okay, you put it yourself in a AC room in a parda 24/7. Still, the effect of your time, there inside everybody there is a cardiac rhythm. It has an impact. So, the location, impact of the location, what kind of altitude you are staying. So, all those impact are actually considered in astrology. That is the beauty. You have a location also one aspect. You have a time also one aspect. You have a name and date also definitely as the most important aspect. So
one other question coming in the interest of time. It's, can someone find out on his own about their weak grahas?
yes, so you can search on. So it will take time, but you have to do a little bit of hard work. Not really hard. You have to dedicate time. So basically, everything if you want to learn, you have to spend time. your time. So you can just search on YouTube, learn astrology with Sahil Singh Rathore. So I have a whole playlist. Okay, in one of the chapters, I think chapter 6 or 7, there is a whole chapter named as Finding Strong and Weak Graph. So it will be like a 1 hour session like this, and you go through this, and if you are able to understand it well, then yeah, you will be able to find out. It is not that difficult, but it takes little bit of time and understanding.
Got it. How numerology is different than astrology and how it plays a role in human life?
Yeah, so all the numbers are connected with planets. So number 1 is connected with sun. Sun is the leader, as I told King. So the people who are born on the first of any day, any month, they are connected with sun. So they want to be at the lead, at the top. Similarly, 2 is connected with moon, 3 is connected with Jupiter. Those who are born on 3. So Jupiter is connected with knowledge and wisdom. So they want to learn a lot of things and they want to give knowledge also. That is their psychology in general. Then 4 is, and the best part is if you will see their birth chart also, no, when you have developed solid understanding of both numerology and astrology. If you will see their birth chart also, you will be able to see the syncs between that. Okay, so similarly, number 5, number 6, number 7 is connected with Ketu, 8 is connected with Shani, 9 is connected with Mangal, Mars. So again, if you want to know the connection between astrology and numerology, I have a complete series of astronumerology with Sahil Singh Rathore. In that also there are 20 episodes. So you can go through that. You will get detailed answer. Yeah.
I will post your the link of these in our WhatsApp channel. The link to the WhatsApp channel is already in the chat. So those of you who already follow it, you'll get it. Others can just follow it, and we'll keep regular updates about Sahil and other updates, including the recording of this session. A couple of other questions coming in, and meanwhile, Sahil, you may continue working on that the date of birth, time of birth thing, because that one other thing has come from Udit.
Yeah.
And while I ask the other questions, the birth chart shown by you and what South Indian charts look are different. Is it only about how you draw it, or is it there is a different concept behind it?
So basically, it is the projection. They project in a different way, and North Indian project in a different. So there is no, they are totally similar. It's just different way to project it and read. Okay, now coming to your chart, Brahma Shakti, Vishnu Shakti, Shiva Shakti. Okay, so what do you feel? Okay, then I'll tell you the answer.
Man,
What do you feel?
tricky question in a public forum.
Okay, so what you do, you write it to Udit in the chat box. Okay, don't tell it. And I'll just analyze it. Because sometimes when it is very equal, we ourselves don't also not able to feel correct. So your creative energy is 30%. Your maintenance energy is 20%. And your transformation energy is 50%, 30, 20, 50. So that is quite balanced, yeah. But still the maintenance energy, so it is comparatively less. So you can understand what does it means, no? Like you can start something, you can transform also something. But once something is started, and if it is running well, like, like you have started Jotish.com just this few months back. So you have to continue, grow it. So there your creative energy, even the transformation energy is acting, because we are kind of changing, transforming also the system of astrology, bringing a more scientific in. But when it reaches a particular very good level, which you want to maintain, so that time you will face challenge, or otherwise in your career or whatever life also, when you have reached a certain position, maintain that you may have faced some struggle. So that is your little weak part, not that weak part, little weak part, 10, 20%. So now if you have that knowledge and awareness, so what you can do, you can find out people who have good Vishnu Shakti, who can maintain well. And yeah, they will do it.
I guess that's a spot on observation. And I guess most entrepreneurs are probably low on
very true. So see, most of the time it happens like that. They give it to somebody else. Like if you see the founder of Apple also, he was removed from the company. Then later on he came back again.
Yeah.
And he is bringing the continuous transformation. He is not managing the same thing. So
Right.
this is very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I fully agree with that. And that way, Udit has also mentioned, his date of birth, etc. But we can probably separately ping you on that. Udit, please do that. And then one observation, it's not a question so much, but Mr. Ramesh says Ayurvedic medicine consistently intertwines with astrology while connecting astrology with allopathic, something new.
So why to take allopathic if you are Ayurvedic things are doing the effect? My question is that because see, in allopathic, what you are doing, how does it act? It blocks certain things so that certain things become better, but it raises a certain issue on the other side. Okay, one issue it solves, but the other issue arises. But Ayurvedic medicine are like supplement, herbal supplement. They don't have side effect as such. Yeah, that is true. Allopathic can give you instant result, while Ayurvedic takes a lot of time. But if you will see the sustainability basically. So if you can do the things without any side effects, why do you want to go with the side effects? Yes. But yeah, let me see. There must be like, we can find out. I have actually a very beautiful video on medical astrology. You can Google it, medical astrology. I have spoken a bit about that. Good question.
Interesting. So I'm kind of cognizant of the time. We had budgeted from 9 to 9:45, but if there are any last questions, etc., we could take. Or else, everyone has to fight for another day. Tomorrow, Monday, is the most difficult day of the week. So if there are any questions, last questions, last thoughts. But
Or
otherwise,
maybe if
yeah.
anybody want to share their experience, maybe Amitji, can we give them permission to speak if they want to say something or in last 2 minutes. So let me also hear how's the response.
Sure.
Understand people. Yeah.
Let me try that. Yeah. Yes. Now people can unmute themselves if they wish to speak.
Yes, Udit, you want to start? You were asking some questions.
Hi, this is Utpal here. Can I speak?
Yes, sure.
Go ahead, Utpal.
Yeah, so my question was on numerology, astrology, while both are connected to each other. I would like to understand like how planets really take you through the swing. Means when thing goes wrong. I believe from planet 8. Okay, and the year is 2024. I believe the number is 8. How does numerology plays a role in astrology uh, in certain years?
So, recently one of my student, I was taking an astrology workshop. Okay. So he had 2 vehicles and he was planning to take one more. Two wheelers he had, and he was planning to take one more vehicle. So one of the number was is 8. Okay, it is connected with Shani, which is the karak of accidents. And other vehicle sum was 5, which is a quite lucky number. 5 is like one of the luckiest number. It is a very balanced number. Okay. So he told me that in the car also he was getting a number 8 or 4, which are not considered that because they are both connected with malefic planet. In my slide, there was a slide of a malefic planet, which I skipped. So I told him, no, you put 10,000 rupees and take a better number. And your ROI will come in 1-2 years, definitely. Then he told me the two-wheeler, which had a number of Shani, he has spent more than 40,000 in the maintenance and lot of other things and the accident and stuff. Okay. So, and apart from that, lot of inconvenience, definitely, if you find accident or some maintenance issues, right? So spending 5,000, 10,000 rupees extra to get a number which is connected with his frequency. It is basically everything is about the frequency. In the quantum physics also, it is said that everybody is a vibration. Everything is a vibration and frequency. Okay. So that is how astrology and numerology is connected, because all are connected with frequency and vibration. So what suits you, and again, like things cannot be generalized. For some people, 8 can be good also. Like see Ravindra Jadeja, he is number 8, Jesse. Narendra Modi, he is 17. Again, 1 plus 7, 8. Okay. So that is where somebody who is expert in both the sciences can help you out. Okay, so this thing is like that. This is suitable for you, and this is not matching your frequency. And based on that, you can plan. And actually, this is the real application of astrology and numerology. That if you want to take a decision or if you want to go in a particular direction, what is better, this or this or this? And if something is unexpected is coming out, so these all things you can find out from astrology and take precaution. Precaution is better than cure. Everybody knows that. So that is where it really helps big time.
Right, and a beautiful question, Utpal. See, one of the things that we have started doing from day one is that we encourage our astrologers to predict from multiple different aspects, using different aspects like numerology, Vedic, etc., so that your predictions become more and more accurate. And it's like saying, the world doesn't neatly categorize itself into mathematics, physics, chemistry, and biology. It is a kind of a complicated mixture of everything, right? So in that sense, these are ways in which we kind of categorize to manage it better, but then end of the day, everything sort of, works together. So the more application you have from different angles, I think it just goes on to improve the accuracy of your prediction and therefore remedies. Right.
Yeah, thank you, Amit, for the opportunity and the platform like this. It really helps everyone.
Our pleasure, all time. Cool. So perhaps then we'll call it a night. It's been a pleasure hosting you, Sahil. And for the audience, we promise to bring Sahil back, again pretty soon. We'll have to have a chat with him, fitting his schedule. But definitely, thank you so much, Sahil. I for sure definitely enjoyed this conversation, and I'm sure the audience did so. So thank you once again, and look forward to hosting you very, very soon in near future. All right, everyone, have a good night, and we will be posting the recording as well as few other details about what Sahil spoke about, his channels and some self-learning videos, etc. Those specific things we could post on our WhatsApp channel. There, I mean, for those who don't understand the concept of channel very much, it is not like any group where your numbers, etc., will be shared. It's more like, you're subscribing to a YouTube channel, for example, and it's completely anonymous, but you will keep getting updates, whatever we post over here. So wonderful. Thank you so much once again. And yeah, hope to see you soon. Bye-bye. Good night.
Thank you.